Hey everybody, this is MadPanda Games here, and today we're going to be tackling Storm 98. Now this is just a demo, and I believe it's also a game from the Indie Game Making Jam to the 2018, and it takes you through the first chapter, and you play as a girl as you try to get to know your family during the storm of 1998. And so let's get started, guys. Okay, January 3rd, 2215. Okay, so that's nice. I take a look at my desk. Sitting there is a very important piece of paper. Application for the National Defense in the Canadian Forces. Okay, so we're Jen. Finally, it feels like I've waited forever for this. I wanted to fill the application out a little early. You can't blame a girl for being excited. My name is Jennifer Tremblay. I'm currently in my last year of high school. Once I graduate, I want to join the military. Most of my classmates think I'm weird, but I'm just not the studying type. I hate being stuck at a desk all day, cooped up, inside. And just between you and me, I'm not exactly good at school. Getting through 4 years of high school was already a grueling enough experience. If I had to spend even more time at college, I'd probably explode. Yeah, college is a wild ride. So, this is the perfect path for me. Man, Jen looks cool. What is your greatest weakness? Only a couple of questions in and I'm already stumbling. How do I answer a question like that? Ooh, is this our brother? I think so, we should have the same eyes. A question like what? Ugh, don't sneak up on me like that. Oops, sorry. I overheard you talking to yourself. Agonizing over your application? How did you know that? Turns out all applications are basically the same. That question will be asked during every interview you have or every job you have for the rest of your life. It's the worst. So you were listening in then. That's my good-for-nothing brother Cam. He's a few years older than me, and he's already in his second year of uni. He's basically the model son. How annoying. I was coming up to tell you to set your alarm for 6. I want to be back home by noon. 6? That's not going to happen. You have to get used to getting up at the crack of dawn anyway. That's true. Just think of it as training. Just think of it as the brother making, unfortunately, smart argument to get us to do what he wants. There's a difference between waking up early to run and waking up to drive. One wakes you up, and the other puts you right back to sleep. You say that, but you wouldn't actually fall asleep at the wheel, right? This is my brother's one and only weakness. It's why he doesn't drive himself back to school. Crippling anxiety. Isn't that everyone's, biggest weakness? That's one thing I have over him in spades. Unlike him, I fear nothing. Cam absolutely refuses under pain of death to get a license. I'm kidding, Cam. No need to be so uptight. I'll absolutely drive fine tomorrow. If we leave at 7. Right. I'll see you tomorrow morning then. Good night. And I have brought myself an extra hour of sleep. I probably should get to bed too. But I want to ask my Gramps about the sheet. Okay, so now it's January 3rd, 1998. I make my way downstairs. Oh, this is nice. You haven't gone to bed yet, Jen? You need to get to sleep if you're driving all the way down to Toronto tomorrow. Remind me why I'm doing this and not you or Dad. Because you drive our car and live in our house. Not that you have a license. Oh, now that you have a license, we can ask you to do all sorts of things. So this must be our mom. Oh, stepmom. This is Stella. She's my stepmom. She married my dad 9 years ago. I call her Stella. I'm still in touch with my mom, so calling Stella Mom would just get confusing. But I've lived with her since she and my dad got married, so for all intents and purposes, she is my mom. You better get used to doing our bidding. 40 more years and you'll be changing our diapers too. Ew, I'll leave that to Jack. You changed his diapers, not mine. He can return the favor. Hear that, Jack? Jen has left you on adult diaper duty. Why me? He doesn't realize we're kidding. Must suck to be 10. This is Jack, my half-brother. He's excitable. He also annoys me. What are you doing up? It's gotta be way past your bedtime. Mom is letting me stay up. What a spoiled brat. He's lying. He's on his way to bed. Never mind. Not a spoiled brat, but definitely a huge liar. And you should go to bed too, so that you don't put your other brother into cardiac arrest. He's far too high-strung. If he thinks you're not well rested, he might pop a blood vessel. If he's that desperate to not take a car, then he should just take the train like he did on his way here. Jen, we talked about this already. I thought you were happy you got to take the first day back to school off. I was, before I realized I was trading one prison for another. Being stuck in a car all day is no better than being stuck in school all day. If we could fit a desk into a train compartment, we would, but we can't. You're going. I know. Honestly, I don't know why I was trying to get out of it in the first place. Cam got a new desk for Christmas this year. No one really thought through how he'd take it home until yesterday. She's right. I get to take a day off school, so I should be happy. Any day off school is a good day, in my opinion. I guess I just felt like being confrontational. Alright, I'll get to bed. But first, where's Gramps? I only came down because I had something I wanted to ask him. Gramps is always military. He knows exactly how to answer these stupid form questions. It's 10:30. He's already gone to bed. Gramps doesn't usually go to bed until 11. Perhaps he's feeling more tired than usual? It's not too important. I can talk to him later. I went upstairs and went to bed. They were right that I had to get up early. So now it's January 4th. Dun da da da. Something's not right. Why do I feel as if her grandfather died? Wait a minute. I shot out of bed and looked at the time. It was already past 11. Wasn't I supposed to drive Cam to school at the crack of dawn? Oh yeah, he definitely died. I shot out of bed and ran downstairs. Or something bad has happened. Okay, no, nothing bad has happened. Because or else she wouldn't be so happy. Good morning, Jen. Good morning? In the living room is Stella, Cam, and Jack. Jack's playing the N64 he just got for Christmas. Stella and Cam are sitting on the couch, talking. Wasn't I supposed to drive to Toronto today? I've decided to take an early morning train tomorrow. You are? What about the desk? I thought you were super determined to get home before classes started. Take a look outside. I walked over to the window. It's January in the Ottawa Valley, and my brother is only overly paranoid about car accidents. I can only assume it's snowing. My expectations were completely shattered when I moved the curtain. That's way more snow than I expected. How much snow is out there? It comes out to about my waist right now. The news is saying it's only going to get worse. This is easily more snow than I've ever seen in my entire lifetime. At least 3 feet off the ground, and that's only so far. The blizzard is still going. According to the news, we've gotten off lucky compared to Quebec right now. They're encased in ice and the power has gone out. You think that'll happen here? It's possible. We were thinking of driving up to town and getting supplies in case it comes to that. Dad, did you have to go to work today? Cold and sick. There's no way I'm getting to Ottawa in this. Sunday is technically my day off anyway. I was only coming in as a favor. I don't blame you. I don't think we should go into town either. We live about 10 minutes away from a small town. The snowfall is bad, but we should still be fine getting there if the snowplows come. Cam is just being paranoid again. Well, the stove is connected to the gas, and we do technically have a fireplace if it comes to that. I thought our fireplace didn't work. This house is old. When the central heating system was installed, the fireplace had glass put over it and no one uses it now. But technically no one is stopping us from breaking the glass and putting some wood in it. Whoever owned the house before we didn't bother to block the chimney. How do you know all that? Dad told me. When we were younger, we wanted to roast marshmallows in the fireplace. I don't remember that at all. You must have been 4 or 5 years old. I'm surprised that Cam remembered all that. We ended up roasting marshmallows outside, since I didn't want to pay to replace the glass. I understand that. I only remember the details so well because I was so determined to find a way to roast the marshmallows without breaking the glass. Is there a way? If there was, I'd have shown you how to do it by now. Aww. Still, it's a good backup plan if the heat does go out. There's no way the power is going to go out just because of a little snow. These guys are worrying over nothing. Jen, after you and Cam have some lunch, I need you two to shovel the driveway so Stella and I can buy supplies. Again, just for the worst case scenario. Alright. On the one hand, going out into the cold and shoveling sounds miserable. On the other, 3 feet of snow could definitely serve as a good workout. Hey Cam, how about we make this into a contest? A contest? We'll divide the driveway into half. Whoever finishes first wins. The likelihood of me beating you is pretty slim though. You're a lot stronger than I am. I'll take the walkway too as a handicap. Plus, with the snow this tall, your height will give you an advantage. It's an even contest. Alright then, deal. The winner gets a shower first. We shook hands. I'm pretty sure I've got this one in the bag. Unlike my brother, I work out every day. I'd like to compete though. It makes work less boring. Let's do this. Let's shovel snow. The two of us then got to work making lunch. Cam was taking out some bread and cheese. I decided to follow suit. Jack stopped playing his game and got up behind us. Hey Jen, will you make me a grilled cheese? You're 10 now. You can make your own lunch. If he's old enough to use the toaster, he's old enough to make his own food. Aww. Cam, will you make me a grilled cheese? Sure. That traitor. Now I look like an asshole for saying no. Cam! He's 10. He can make his own lunch. It's not a big deal. I'm already making my own grilled cheese. It's not any more work to make him one too. Thanks, Cam. He then went running back to his game. I can make you a grilled cheese too if you want. 3 isn't any harder than 2. I can make my own lunch. Thank you very much. What a doormat. Aw, that's hurtful. He needs to learn to say no to people. What's with all the ruckus? I can hear you from my side of the building. That's my Gramps, the last member of the household. He lives in a separate part of the building, with its own bathroom and small kitchen. He comes over to our side all the time, though. It's probably too lonely in the other half without Gram. Sorry, Grandpa. Sorry, Gramps. I came up with that nickname when I was a kid, okay? I tried to stop calling him that when I realized how stupid it was, but then he got all sad. Every kid thinks Gramps with a Z is cooler than Gramps with an S. Hey, Gramps, let me show you my game. Case in point, Jack thinks it's the coolest thing he's ever heard. Haven't you already showed it to me? Not this part. Okay then. Heaven help this household. No one can say no to him. You mean Jack? Who else? You're just as bad. Who helped him dye his hair? I was wondering why his hair was green. That wasn't to help Jack. That was so I could see Stella's mortified expression. Whatever you say. Huh. I like this music. It's very homey. Snow shoveling time. Oh, we look badass. The two of us are now outside, but an unprecedented decision is now before me. I forgot that our 2 shovels are different sizes. Me too. Okay, we may have to adjust the rules of the contest. Okay. We can trade between this big shovel and smaller shovel every 3 minutes. I'll take the smaller shovel, but you'll have to do the walkway. It makes it easier to just keep the smaller shovel. Even with a smaller shovel, I can beat you. Cocky much. So what will you do if the trains get cancelled? I'll have to wait until the storm blows over and the trains get back. It'll suck, but what else can I do? Mom said you could just drive the desk over another day. Well, looks like I'm still stuck with that annoying chore. If the storm travels to Toronto too, then the school will probably close. I doubt that would happen. You won't get in trouble for skipping, will you? University isn't like high school. You don't get in trouble for skipping. For some teachers. Other teachers you do. So you gotta be careful which ones you wanna try and risk. I guess that makes sense. You're paying to go, so you're more like a customer than a student. That's a good way of putting it. I don't like to miss class since it costs a lot of money, but if I explain that I was stuck in the storm, my professors will understand. Well, you already have to do that. How many classes do you miss tomorrow because of the train? 2 if I go straight from the train to class, but I'll probably go home instead, so 3. There's nothing for it. I wasn't going to ask you to drive me home in this crap. Your complaining must have jinxed us. Sorry, not sorry. Do you actually prefer shoveling 3 feet of snow and a possible blackout over driving me to Toronto? On second thought, maybe I am sorry. I like the dynamic between the family. Don't be. Honestly, I'm also glad this happened. I appreciate the desk, but I would much rather take a train than drive to Toronto. Are trains really that much better? Yes, the likelihood of death is decreased by a factor of at least 10. And for you, the likelihood of death is decreased all the way to 0. That's why trains are better. Always. You worry too much. Yeah, you worry a lot. Okay. Oh, so we did win. Yay! I win. Sucks to be you. Well, I'd be lying if I said I expected anything else. You should be more upset that you lost. What can I say? You shouldn't get too invested in games you can't win. I should have known better than to try and get a reaction out of him. I decided to be the bigger woman and help him finish before going to take my shower. After my shower, I joined Gramps and Jack in the living room. I took my application form with me. Hey Gramps, did you have to fill out a form like this? Gramps took a look over the form for me before shaking his head. Sorry, Jen. I did fill out a form, but it didn't have nearly this many questions on it. I guess the force is pickier than it used to be. If you're just honest, I'm sure you'll be fine. That's easy for you to say. You already got in once. Aw. If I could get in, I'm sure you'll have no problems getting in. Gramps took a seat on the couch. He looked tired. I decided not to bother him any longer. See, that's worrying. That he's tired and he went to bed early. Stella and Dad left to get some supplies. Meanwhile, having quickly run out of things to do, I was very bored. Normally I'd go outside to shoot or to work out, but it was too snowy for it now. In the winter I often watched TV to pass the time, but Jack was hogging it with his game. I could try and get him off, but that sounds like a recipe to get a whine from Jack and a subtle disapproving look from Gramps and Cam. Perhaps we could check the news to see what the situation up in Quebec is. And there's Cam with the save. He must be as bored as I am. Aw, do I have to stop playing? They're right that we should check the news. If you'd like, you two can use my TV. Okay, come on, Jen. Let's let Jack continue to play. Aw, family picture. Hanging out with Cam watching news isn't my idea of a perfect day, but it certainly beats watching Jack play his dizzying 3D games. I gave it a try myself a few days ago after everyone went to sleep, and I got motion sickness. I was just trying to get them to give up the TV. I don't actually want to watch the news. We can quickly check the weather and then watch a movie or something? Sounds like a plan. I ducked back to our living room to grab a movie. Cam and I have seen almost everything on this shelf. There is a movie here I've never seen before. Cam and I usually only watch movies with the rest of the family, so the movie we haven't seen appears to be a mature, action-packed thriller with lots of explosions. Something Jack is too young to see. It could be a nice change of pace. There are also some nostalgic family-friendly films here. A lot of these are movies we've seen 1,000 times already. I don't really mind rewatching something feel-good either. Okay, which should we watch? High-action thrilling movie or a feel-good nostalgic movie? I want to say, let's do thrilling. A high-action thrilling movie. Let's do this. Let's get traumatized or something. The movie was about a daring hero who travels a city looking for his lost girlfriend. It was filled to the brim with explosions, stunts, and a plot that never slows down. Wow, what a movie. That's the kind of thing I'd never pick myself. Yeah, I thought so too. Hey, I have a question. Answer honestly. Sure. The music has changed. What do you think of Dad and Stella's relationship? What do I think about it? Think what? Whether or not they love each other? No, not that. Don't misunderstand. I respect their marriage. Always have. Stella's a wonderful woman. I think the two of them suit each other as much as any other couple suit each other. As much as any other couple suit each other? Talk about your weird compliments. This reminds me of when Dad and Stella first got married. At the time, we both decided that they were a good pair. Why is he bringing up doubts now of all times? So what are you asking then? I guess I'm asking, do you think their lifestyles suit one another? If they're happy together, then I guess their lifestyles must be compatible in one way or another, right? Are they really loving, or is being together just easier than being apart? Rather than any kind of feeling they have for one another, this relationship could just be a form of complacency. It's their lifestyles that suit one another, not their personalities. Complacency? That being together is just easy. They've both gone through divorces. Now that they're together, what they both just want their lives to pass as uneventfully as possible. What brought this up anyway? I've been thinking about the nature of love a lot lately. This movie got me thinking about it again. The nature of love. What is he on about? I already know that love doesn't happen like it does in the movies. It's not passionate or all-encompassing. Love is just two people deciding that life would be more enjoyable together than apart. Wait a minute. You have a crush on someone, don't you? That's why you're talking like this. Ooh, I knew it. Tell me everything. Since when are you interested in my love life? Of course I want to know. For blackmail material, if nothing else. Now I really don't want to tell you. I'm kidding, mostly. I never should have come to you for advice. It isn't so much this girl in particular. Rather, I'm already so busy. Even if I did decide to date this girl, why should I? Why? I'm not in love with her. How could I be? I barely know her. I'm already happy. Is dating someone supposed to magically make me happier? If I was bored and had plenty of free time, then sure, why not? But I'm crazy busy, so I have to dedicate an unprecedented amount of time to a relationship, on the off chance I might be happier in the future than I am now. Well, when you put it like that, it's not like anyone's forcing you to date this girl. I know, that's why I'm not. Well, that was blunt. I wonder if he turned her down that bluntly. But everyone else is so desperate for a relationship that they're willing to go through all this trouble. There must be something I'm missing. Even Jack has a new girlfriend every other week. I think we can safely say that Jack's girlfriends don't count. Kids just like to mimic adults. Well, even at his age, I didn't get the appeal. Take Grandpa, for example. He and Grandma were together for almost 50 years before she died. That's an awful long time, isn't it? What's the likelihood he just happened to get his soulmate on the first try? Well, eventually 20 years have passed, and then what? There's no way their feelings just stayed the same. Something changed. They became familiar with each other. And eventually gets to a point where staying together is easier than splitting apart. So now I have this girl. I think she's cute. She thinks I'm funny. This is when the narrative says I should ask her out. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But that's the thing. Maybe I do want to. Maybe I'm the one who doesn't understand my own mind. After all, no one else has these uncertainties. Everyone else just marches along this rope without even asking why we're on it. Why am I the only one with doubts? That's a good question. I never really thought about it too hard before. This is getting deep fast. Getting married always seems so far away. Something I do after becoming a soldier. What can I say to help? Is there any kind of answer I can give him? No one knows better than you, or maybe you should ask for the advice of someone in a relationship themselves. Probably. Maybe you should ask for the advice of someone in a relationship themselves. Thanks. I guess I have more time to think about it. She's made it pretty clear she isn't going anywhere. I'm sorry I loaded all of this onto you. Cam walked away with a pensive look on his face. It was pretty weird of him to talk about his issues like that. I've never been good at comforting people. Maybe I said the wrong thing? I don't know. Happier moments. Go back to happier moments. Dad and Stella came back with supplies in case of a blackout or if we get snowed in. Some water jugs, some firewood, and even a flare. This is all stuff we should probably have on hand anyway. Yeah, you never know when an accident could happen. We even got some stuff for a first aid kit. That way we can be prepared for any kind of future emergency. Knock on wood. Stella reached up and knocked Dad on the head. He pretended to be offended, and the two of them were play arguing. It made me think of Cam's struggle. What does he see when he looks at this? I didn't feel like cooking today. We got such a late start because of the snow, so we just picked up a pizza. We have enough for you as well, Ken. Would you like to join us? Stella always formally invites Gramps to dinner. Back when Gram was alive, the two of them would often eat together without us. I guess she doesn't want to feel like she's forcing him to eat with us, even though Gramps has never said no. I'd love to join you all for dinner. Thank you, Stella. He always says thank you so formally as well. It's almost like they're acquaintances instead of a family who've lived together for nearly a decade. I don't get these people sometimes. Lunchtime! Not lunchtime, dinner time! The music changed again. Should we be concerned? Dinner has started. Now I can't escape until everyone is done. So how were the roads? Were you able to drive okay? They were better than I thought they'd be. It's now mostly raining instead of snowing. We even thought about not buying supplies after all, but in the end we figured better safe than sorry, right? Even if the supplies aren't used now, they can always be used for any other unexpected emergencies. Does that mean I have to go to school tomorrow after all? The only one not going to school tomorrow is the only one who actually wanted to go. I'm just glad that it looks like this is going to blow over. According to the news, Ottawa and Quebec are still black zones, but I think we're going to escape the storm relatively unscathed. I hope the school calls for a snow day. Do you think we might have a snow day? It's definitely possible. If the rain freezes, then the buses won't run. Yes! I wouldn't get your hopes up, Jack. The weather is saying things are going to get better by tomorrow. You just had 3 weeks of vacation. Don't you miss your school friends? No, I'd rather be at home. I get Jack. I would rather be at home than with my school friends, or school in general. The pointed voice he spoke with created a silent spot in the conversation. It's no great secret that Jack hates school. He'll complain to anyone who stands around long enough to listen. You should have a more positive attitude, Jack. School can be fun if you let it. Don't listen to her, Jack. It only gets worse the farther in you get. Jen, don't give your brother strange ideas. Sorry, Stella. It's not a strange idea. Instead of pretending school is fun, why don't we just acknowledge that not everyone likes it? This is why I had a hard time talking to Stella. She engages in pleasantries instead of truths. Another 10 minutes pass by with little to no conversation. No one leaves the table until everyone is done. Awkwardness. I'm back to the application. After dinner, I found myself in my room staring down my paper again. I put it back in my desk for now. Tomorrow I start the daily grind once again. I can look at this next weekend. I have plenty of time before I have to get it in. Looking at that paper again? I was just putting it away. I have plenty of time. Plenty of time. You'll be on your way to Toronto by the time I wake up. Yeah. Talk to me on the phone if you need to. You have plenty of time to come to a decision too. Talk to me on the phone. You can talk to me about it over the phone if you need to. Thanks. I'll consider it. Well, good night, and goodbye. The two of us shared a warm hug. For the first time since the two of us were in elementary school, I feel like my brother has relied on me. It's a strange, not unfamiliar feeling. I wish I could have done more to help him. But how could I? The questions he was posing have no concrete answers. I closed the door, and the two of us went our separate ways. As I went to bed, I noticed that it was raining still. It hadn't let up this whole time. Next day. Oh, that's not good. I jumped out of bed. It was pitch black. The alarm clock beside my bed was off. As I stumbled to the light, I tried to turn it on, but it wouldn't work. Cam, Jen, are you two awake? Did you hear that crash? Yeah, the power appears to be out. I can't see an inch in front of my face. I'm on my way out. I hear Cam's door open. I try to find my coat in the dark. Once I slip it on, I exit my room. Dad is finding the flashlight. We don't want to bump into each other, so we're going down the stairs one at a time. Makes sense. I'm at the bottom. Ladies first. I take his invitation, taking each step one at a time. It's seriously pitch black, so I'm taking each step with caution. I'm at the bottom. I'm on my way. By the time Cam has made his way down, Dad has found the flashlight. When we get outside to see what made the noise, we freeze in our tracks. Oh, it's a tree. The large tree in our yard has crashed into the driveway. When we take a closer look, we realize it fell for a reason. Every tree branch had a thick layer of ice frozen onto it. In fact, everything is frozen. And that's the end! Oh, that was pretty cool. I liked that. I look forward to getting it. I like all the characters. I like that the in-depth, questions that Cam poses doesn't have true concrete answers. And I'm interested in seeing how this is going to work out. And so, this is MadPanda signing out. If you like my content and you want to see more content like this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. Once again, this is MadPanda signing out. See you later, guys.